guys, it's Danny back again. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and if you're new, thank you for clicking on my thumbnail and watching this video, because today's video is an upcycle challenge, and this video turned out so well, or the end product turned out so well, I can't give too much away. The challenge with this video is to not spend any money on this little $5 bedside table I got from the Facebook marketplace. I was going to use it for the legs alone, but I have been using this as a bedside table and it's so practical. I thought I would do it up and make it look cute. But I'll be spending nothing on it, so everything I do to it I'll have to either have here, improvise somehow, or make something to put on it or to use with it. So nothing bought and just a little bit of thought. Let's get started on transforming my little ugly duckling bedside table. In parts it's bubbling up a little bit and I'm just not sure why. I did clean it with sugar soap and I'm just wondering, maybe because I didn't wipe the sugar soap off, maybe that's why. But this is a water-based primer over an enamel, so that could be why, but hopefully it should be okay once. See here how it's sort of bubbling a bit. I'm just wiping off any excess though, and it seems to be fixing it. Because this is a no-spend project, I'm going to be having to make my own chalk paint. So I'm making it out of chalk paint that I had left over from a little white coffee table upcycle I did. I absolutely love that table. I made that chalk paint out of the Aldi paint, and I still have some of that left over. So what I'm going to do is colour that and make my own vintage chalk paint. Originally I was going to buy the Kmart vintage chalk paint colour, so what I'm trying to do is sort of get it as close to that as possible. It's not going to be exact colours, just so hard to make perfect, but I'll try. Another colour is the sage green colour, which I really like, sort of a vintage colour again. And so something like that, or around about those two colours, would be perfect. Unfortunately, I had no coloured acrylic paint. I had no craft paint, I had no wall paint. So what I actually ended up using was some fabric paint that I had left over from some projects in my little goodie bag. And I'm adding some green, and I'm going to add a little bit of black too, because the black I think we'll just give it that the less brightness, give it a bit more of a vintage feel, and take away a bit of the brightness from it. And I also will add a little bit of powder, which is how I make my chalk paint: 2 parts paint, 1 part talcum powder. In the end, I'm really pleased with the colour. I have an idea for the handle, so I'm going to make something a little bit fancy. So I'm going to use this placemat, or this coaster, and I'm going to do something with it for the handle. But first I'm just going to find out where the actual middle is on this, and to do that I just cut out the circle, and then I'll fold this into 4, and that will give me the middle. Okay, so put it here, so I'll fold it in half, and I'll fold it in half again, and so that will give me the middle point, which is right here. I'll just pop a little hole in there so I can then mark the middle of the coaster, around about anyway. Mark there, and that's the middle. So what I want to do now is to drill a hole in the middle. Hi guys, it's the next morning, and I've got a cold, so I sound really horrible. But I'm really pleased with the way this has come up. So I finished the second coat of chalk paint yesterday, and as you remember, I was making this for the, it's going to be for the knob, it's going to go under the knob on the drawer, and then this little drawer knob that was a drawer knob that was on it originally is going to go on top of that, so it will be like that. To be honest, this little knob here was the nicest thing on the actual, this little drawer stand. This little drawer stand I thought was so ugly, and I thought there's nothing excuse me, there's nothing that's going to make it look any good, but I'm so pleased with the color that I mixed. I'm not going to wax it, I'm not going to sand what's there, I'm going to leave it as it is, because I had a change of heart on what to do with it. I was going to use it as a bedside table, but I love it so much, I'm going to now use it in front of my wallpaper feature wall that I did. You would have seen that video, it's been up, so I'm going to use it for that. And I just want it on display because it will look nice when it's all done, but the moment I'm still sort of doing it. The next step, I think, then will be I'm going to, because it's going up in front of the wall over there, that feature wall with the wallpaper, I'm going to line the drawer, the inside of the drawer, with some wallpaper. I painted the inside. You remember I actually stamped it and I didn't like it, but I thought I'll just sort of go over it lightly so you can still see the stamp. And that was the stamp. I stamped it with the doorknob. But I'm going to line the drawer. I painted it, but I'll line it with this wallpaper. So that will be nice. And then I will put the knob on. I had a bit of a go with the knob last night, and the screw actually should be a little bit longer than it is because, oops, while it's long enough when this isn't on it, when this is on it, by the time the screw goes through it, it doesn't really reach the knob, so I may have to glue the knob on, because this of course is being done or without me buying anything or paying anything. It's cost me nothing, and I will dress it with things that I already have as well, so I haven't bought anything new to dress it with. So